Hello everyone, welcome to Narayana, an amazing platform for online studies, for your board studies, for your NEET preparation, for your JEE preparation, and the best thing is we have very experienced expert IITians and doctors team who have given really amazing results like so many ranks in top 100 in IIT in NEET. So I am going to teach you quadratic equation for 11th class from the very basics. Okay. So even if you have some idea or you don't have any idea, it won't matter. We'll start everything with very basic. Okay. So first of all, the definition part. As some of you must be knowing, definition of quadratic function, quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial or quadratic function is simply a polynomial of second degree. A polynomial of second degree means like this. Now before discussing anything, one thing I want to make clear to you. Some students get confused what is polynomial. Okay, so things should be very clear to you because polynomials we will be discussing up to class 12th, up to the IIT exam. Okay, so if I write this is a polynomial of degree 3, highest power of x is 3, degree 3. This is of degree 4, polynomial of degree 4. This is of degree 2, quadratic. This is linear means of degree 1, polynomial of degree 1. Okay. But if I write x plus 1 by x, this is not a polynomial. This is not a polynomial because the power of x is minus 1. This is negative. Okay, so power of x cannot be negative in any polynomial. If I write this is again not a polynomial because here the power of x is square root x means 1 by 2. So the power of x is 1 by 2. So this is again not a polynomial. So this you have to keep in mind. In any polynomial, the power of x cannot be negative, the power of x cannot be fractional. Okay, this thing you have to remember. All the terms have to be of type x to the power n, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Means whole number. N can be some whole number. So this is the definition of polynomial. Things should be very clear to you because this is important and this we will be using up to IIT exam. Okay. Now come to our quadratic function. Okay. Quadratic function or polynomial is simply polynomial of degree 2. Now I think that is more clear to you. Okay, so this is the quadratic expression. When we equate this equal to 0, this becomes quadratic equation. You must be knowing the basic difference between quadratic equation and expression. I mean to say the difference between expression and equation. In expression you don't have equality. In equation you can always write equal to 0. Okay, you have always an equality. So when we equate to 0, this becomes equation. So this is a quadratic equation. And here, one thing should be clear. ABC belongs to R, means they are real numbers. Okay. It's not like they cannot be imaginary. They can be imaginary at times, but imaginary numbers we deal only in complex numbers. Okay. So that will be another chapter we will be discussing there in complex numbers. We will deal with imaginary numbers. Okay, there we will be solving imaginary equations. But this here, this won't be imaginary. So A, B, C are real numbers, and obviously A is not equal to 0. A cannot be 0, obviously. That is quite obvious, because if A will be 0, there won't be x square. If x square is not there, then that won't be quadratic anymore. Okay, so I think this is clear. So we move to next, and you have to write everything very properly, make your own notes very properly. Okay, we will be providing everything in PDF form, but try to make your own notes. Try to write everything very properly. Okay. Now we will be discussing roots of quadratic equation. Roots of quadratic equation. As you must be knowing, roots, or in lower classes we say zeros of a polynomial. Okay, in higher classes we say roots of some equation, roots of a polynomial. Okay, are simply nothing but values of that variable, whatever is the variable. Here we writing x, so x is the variable. So whatever is the variable. Okay, so simply values of that variable. So here we write roots means what? Values of x. If you want to relate with your lower classes, whatever you have studied earlier, you can write zeros. You can write zeros. That's same. Whether I say zeros, whether I say roots, whether I say values of x, everything is same. For example, if I write x square minus 1, this is also quadratic. Okay? Whatever you have, any polynomial, values of x means roots. Okay? So if I write x square minus 1 equal to 0, so what will be the values of x? You will get x square is equal to 1, you will get x equal to plus minus 1. Two values you will be getting plus minus. Always remember. Okay? If you're taking a square root, you have x square something, you will get one value positive, other value negative. You have to keep in mind. Okay, don't make any mistake. Some students make mistake here. They just write one value. Okay. So these are what? These are the values of x. These are the roots. These are the zeros. Okay. So now I think things are clear to you. Okay, this was one simple quadratic, and here the roots are these. So we talking about roots of some general quadratic. What is the general quadratic? This was the general quadratic equation. Why we saying general? Means A can be anything, B can be anything, C can be anything. Okay, but A cannot be 0. Obviously, I told you the reason why A cannot be 0. Now, we have to solve what are the roots. Okay. So here the roots will be, roots means values of x. Values of x will be x equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac by 2. These will be the values of x. These two. You have quadratic, so obviously you will have two roots. Okay. So the values are, one is minus b plus the square root b square minus 4ac by 2. The other is minus b minus the square root b square minus 4ac by 2. These are the values. This is called the quadratic formula. Also known as Sridharacharya formula. Okay, on the name of Sridharacharya, this is also called Sridharacharya formula. Sridharacharya was a well-known Indian mathematician. Okay, so based on his name, this is called Sridharacharya formula. So these are the roots. How come we finding these two roots, these two values? Okay, what is the derivation of this Sridharacharya formula, our quadratic formula? We will be discussing. Okay, we will be discussing after some few moments. We will be discussing. Before that, one simple way you can find is just to explain you, okay, just to give you proper explanation. Let's say we have something like x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. And you have to solve this quadratic equation. So one method is you can use this Sridharacharya formula, quadratic formula. The other way is you can simply factorize, as you must be knowing how to factorize. You can simply factorize and solve this. Okay. So you know how to factorize. You must be knowing how to factorize. So are the factors. So this means what? X minus 1 equal to 0 or x minus 2 equal to 0. So this means what? X equal to 1 or x equal to 2. Right? These are the two roots. So this is another way. If we can factorize through factors, we can find the roots by putting those factors equal to 0. We can find the roots. Otherwise, we can use this quadratic formula. Now, just write down this example. Now we will be discussing how to prove this formula, how to derive this formula. We will be discussing that. Okay, so just write everything. And one thing I want to tell you, this platform is really going to help you a lot. This is really amazing platform. Why? Because will be daily giving you assignments. They will be discussing in the next class, and the classes will be interactive, means there will be both way communication. There will be doubt classes, at least 1 to doubt classes every week. Okay, and there won't be like so many students in one batch. So you don't have to worry, like you won't be getting the chance to talk to the faculty members. Okay, and I told you all the faculty members are very good. They are really very experienced, having more the experience of more than 15-16 years, and they have given very good results. Okay, most of them are IITians, like myself, Zaid Khan from IIT Roorkee. Then we have Zaid Sir, also from IIT Roorkee. Then we have Ashish Sir, also from IIT Roorkee. Then we have Vinod Sir, also from IIT Roorkee. Then we have Zaid Sir, also from IIT Roorkee. Then we have S.P. Srivastava Sir, also from IIT Roorkee. Okay, so many IITians we have. Then we have Dr. Bakul Dev in bio section. Then we have Dr. Shivam Sir in bio. Okay, and they have given very good results, like so many ranks in top 10, so many times in AIMS. So now come to the derivation. So before deriving that, let's say we have another quadratic. Okay, I am taking another quadratic. X square minus 2x minus 3. Let's say we have this. We have to solve this. One method was through factors. We can also factorize this. We can solve this. Okay. Solve once you solve through the factorization. Okay. Now I will be solving through other method, means like how to derive through that quadratic formula, how to derive that formula. Using that derivation, I will be solving this. So I will write x square minus 2x equal to 3. The method of the derivation of that formula is, first of all, you make it perfect square. Perfect square, like here we took just before this, we had x square is equal to 1. Perfect square. So we can easily find the value of x. So if you have something square, okay, you have something square like x plus something, the square is equal to something. Okay, let's say anything, 9. So you can easily find the square roots, then you can easily find x, and that will be having two values, as a square root will be having two values. So we have this. To convert it into perfect square, what we have to do is, as you know, a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. This you have. Okay. So this is like a square. This is like 2ab term. B square is missing. What is b square? Here, for that, first of all, we'll think what is b here. The coefficient of x is 2. Divide by 2. Okay. Coefficient of a here is, multiple of a here is 2b. So if we divide by 2, you'll get to know what is b. Okay. So multiple of x is minus 2. If I divide by 2, I will get to know what is b. So that becomes minus 1. Okay, so that means value of b is minus 1, and the square of that will be 1. So we'll add plus 1. So now you can see this becomes x square plus 1 square minus 2x equal to 4. This becomes this. Okay. A square plus b square minus 2ab. This becomes. So this is the formula of a minus b whole square, x minus 1 whole square is equal to 4. Okay, so now we can solve this. X minus 1 is equal to plus minus 2. So x equal to, okay, add 1. So what you will be getting? 3 comma minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. These are the two values. These are the two values. Okay. So this is actually quadratic formula. Quadratic formula brings you directly here at this step. How we solve? We solve through using this completing the square method, converting it into perfect square. Okay. If you wanted to solve this through factorization, you could have easily solved. You could have written x minus 3 into x plus 1 equal to 0, and then you could have x equal to 3 or x equal to minus 1, like this. Okay, but factorization is very easy, but we cannot always factorize. Once we are not able to factorize, what we will be doing? How we will be solving? We will be solving through this. Okay, not the whole derivation. We will be directly using quadratic formula, Sridharacharya formula. Okay, if you want to derive, we can derive right now. You want to derive? Okay, so let's see the derivation of that. We have ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So I have to convert into perfect square. So what I will be doing, first of all, this is x square, this is square. Okay, so I will divide by a. Okay, now this is a square, right? Like this, a square, this is a square. So this b square term is missing, and 2ab can be this can be 2ab. Okay. So comparing with this formula, what is b square? So for that we have to find b. So how will we find b? Two into x into b by 2, right, is equal to minus c by 2. So now things are clear. X square plus 2x into this. So this has to be that term, b term. Okay. So what we have to add? We have to add b by 2a whole square. We have to add. Okay. So if we add in here, we have to add on the other side also. So plus b by 2a whole square. Right. So this becomes like a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, the square is completed. So this has become the complete square, x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to how much? This is b square upon this square means 4a square. So 4a square. So LCM will be 4a square b square minus 4ac. Okay. So this has become this b square minus 4ac by 4a square, right? Now we have x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to this b square minus 4ac by 4a square. Now we'll take what? Simply square root. Now simply we'll take square root, we'll get the values of x. So x plus b by 2a is equal to how much? The square root of this with plus minus sign. B square minus 4ac by 4a square. Okay, and this 4a square is actually complete square, so you can take outside. So plus minus the square root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay, this is the value of x plus b by 2. So now you can write values of x. You have to simply transfer this b by 2 here. 2a will be the LCM, that will be common, and plus b will become minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2. Now this is the derivation of Sridharacharya formula. This is the way he derived this formula, quadratic formula. Okay, so this is the proof, right? Things are very simple, very easy. Okay, once you are putting your efforts, things are very easy. And remember one thing: if you are sincere, you are trying your best, then whether it's NEET, whether it's IIT, everything is very easy. Everything is very easy. Okay, you can get very good result. You can get very good rank. Once you are not sincere, you are not regular in your studies, you are not following your timetable, then things are difficult for you. So you have to remember this. Okay, this is not about IQ, your mental ability, your intelligence, not like that. This is more or less, this is more about time management, your hard work, your sincerity. This is more about that. Okay, things are quite normal. Okay, everything is okay for very average student, but he has to be very sincere and dedicated. He has to put all his efforts into this direction to get a good rank, right? And we'll guide you time to time. If you're facing any difficulty, you can talk to us. Okay, don't worry, we'll guide you. Okay, how you can bring your best, how can give your best, we'll help you in that. And we will be daily giving you assignments, we'll be discussing that. Okay, so I think now things are clear to you up to this point. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing about the properties of roots, some conditions about roots, some equations in roots, problems based on that. And this topic will take some time. It will take 5-6 lectures at least to reach up to the level of IIT, and we will be covering all the IIT problems. We will be discussing all the IIT problems in the class. We will be giving you through assignments. At least 30-35 years problems we will be discussing here at this platform, right? So I hope you love this class. You enjoyed a lot in this class, right? See you again very soon in the next class. Bye.